At the end of each financial period, every business entity is required to provide a set of complete and accurate financial statements along with the documentation for each reporting key date. Preparing and providing these statements requires you to complete a sequence of interdependent tasks in a specific, well-defined order and requires input from across your organization. Financial closing in SAP S/4HANA Cloud offers easy-to-use task scheduling that harnesses all of the involved apps and processes into a streamlined process that allows you to define, process, and monitor entity close. In this video, we'll be focusing on the Process Closing Tasks app and the Approve Closing Tasks app. Because I process closing tasks, I use the Process Closing Tasks app. This app shows me all of the task lists that are open and where I still have tasks that need to be processed. Here, I've already selected my task list. The graphical representation of the overall progress immediately tells me the percentage of tasks that have already been processed. For this task list, the percentage is currently 28.9%. The My Task column has a colored bar chart that makes it easy for me to see both how many tasks I have as well as their statuses. Reading the bar chart from left to right, I see that I've processed 2 tasks successfully. This is what the green bar shows me. One of my tasks contained some warnings, as indicated by the orange bar. One task had errors, which is signaled by the red bar, so I'm going to have to look more into this task later. And I have 6 more tasks to process. That's displayed here in the gray bar. Now, let's get into the details of the task list. By default, I see all tasks for which I'm the processor. Some of the tasks are already done, some of them have errors, and some I haven't started. What I want to do now is schedule the depreciation posting run. So I choose Schedule, and then select Schedule immediately. Well, that's too bad. I just got an error message telling me that I can't schedule the job because not all of the predecessor tasks have been successfully processed. Okay, so first I need to find out what the predecessor tasks are. I open the task details and go to the Dependencies tab. Here I see that there are several predecessors, but only one of them is not green, meaning that this is the one task that is not processed. It's the Execute Settlement for Asset Under Construction task. Let's look into this task. To do so, I can navigate to the task directly from the dependency graph. Now, after having processed the task, I can change the status of this task to Completed Without Errors. Making this status change requires me to add a comment. Now I navigate back to the Depreciation Posting Run task to schedule it. I still get an error. Why is that? I see. We managed to set the predecessor task to green, but the responsible person still has to approve the task. My colleague Karen is the person responsible for approving the predecessor task. To do so, she goes to the Approve Closing Tasks app. There, she sees all the tasks that she needs to approve in the To Be Approved tab. Since everything looks good for this task, she approves it and enters a comment. And now look. The approved task is no longer displayed in the To Be Approved tab. It's moved to the Approved tab. Now I'm back in my Process Closing Tasks app, opening my task list. I try to schedule the Depreciation Posting Run task again. I select the job and choose Schedule. And yep, the task is scheduled successfully this time. The task status has changed to Scheduled. I refresh the page, and the status updates to Completed Without Errors. Each task type job comes with an application log where all system messages related to the tasks are documented. This log is useful if a task has errors, because the error messages give you more information on how to solve those issues. This was a brief introduction on how to use the Process Closing Tasks app and the Approve Closing Tasks app. We hope you like it. Thanks for watching, and be sure to check out our other videos for financial closing.